Hello and welcome to the Making a Husband podcast with me, stand-up comedian, author, part-time fragrance influencer, actor and uncle, Tez Ilyas.
Yay, woo.
And with me this week, as she will be every single week, is...
Tez's wife, Shy Ilyas,
who is...
a civilian. I'm still not used to this.
We're still not used to the intros,
Yeah,
are we?
sorry, guys.
We said last
Sorry.
week the intros won't get better and we
No.
keep our promises.
Yeah.
The intros will never be professional.
I'm having a bad makeup day as well today.
I don't think she is, but now that you've put that out there,
Yeah.
they are now going to pause this
Yeah.
and zoom in and be like, oh, this,
Don't do that.
or the other.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Don't
that.
do that.
Don't do that, ladies.
Don't do that.
Because I know the boys won't. They don't care. They haven't even noticed. Girls, pack it in, lads. Pack it in. Don't be a bunch of bee hatches. Bunch of beehives.
Stop.
Bitches.
Stop
In
it.
case you were wondering what I was saying. If there's any kids watching,
Stop.
okay.
The kids are watching because my nieces watch.
Oh yeah. Your aunt's a bitch.
Oi.
What?
No.
So Shy, what have we been up to this week?
I think we should start with the fact that this man's 15-year comedy anniversary happened. Oh, actually, hold on. Hold that thought for a second.
Right, she's left the podcast. She's left. It's Making a Husband with just me, Tez Ilyas. Welcome. Oh, have I got a present?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, this is why you were late to the
Yeah.
podcast.
Look
Oh.
what I've done.
Oh, what have you done?
Open it. No, you can't. I mean, you might not be able to open it, but look what it says on the bottom.
Oh, you've done it upside down, but that's okay.
No.
What am I looking at?
What does it say?
Oh, it says serves 22 for a celebration. I don't know what I'm looking at.
What does it say on the cake? On the top, on the cake.
Oh, happy 15 years of comedy. I think I should
And then at
open
the bottom?
I should open it because I can't really read it right now. Oh, here we go. Oh, babes. Okay, try not to hit anything. Happy 15 years of comedy to my king of comedy.
But look what it says at the bottom.
To my king of comedy. I just
Read
said
it
that.
the last word.
Call me. Oh, to my king of comedy.
Sorry.
That sounds really rude.
That,
But I'm the king of this,
but
guys.
it's Tez's 15-year
Zoom
anniversary.
in on that. Eh?
But you know what? It's been a bit difficult because I've only been part of your life for the last 13.
Oh yeah, don't
three.
take any credit for any of this. But yeah. But I did this on my own. But no, you were there. You were there in the middle one.
I was.
You're there in the middle one.
No, and there.
Yeah, you were there. We've been married for 2 months there.
That one.
Don't know how much credit you can take for the bottom one, but you were
This
there.
one.
That one. I mean, the book had been written,
No, but you.
but I did become a Sunday Times bestseller
because of me.
after we were engaged. That's
because
true.
of me.
That's true.
So this, and this because of me.
Okay.
3 out of 1, 2, 3.
9.
9 is not bad.
Yeah, you've been there for 3 out of 15 years, 1/5 of my journey.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this on the floor, guys. But it's got this on it, so it's not gonna be on the cake's not gonna be on the floor. I'm just gonna put the guys. Just bear with me 1 second.
6.5 hours later.
Hey guys, I hope I wasn't missed. I don't know what you guys were talking about. But yeah, we're back. Thanks, babe. Just so you're aware, we record this podcast like 2 weeks generally before it comes out. So it's not my 15-year anniversary this week. It was a couple of weeks ago, but it is in the week that we're recording it. And it's also Father's Day. It was Father's Day a couple of days ago, and the bunnies got me this. It says the Hop Father.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get that. Do you get it?
It's like The Godfather.
Right. For those of you that didn't get it, she explained it. So now you're all on board. So yeah, thank you to
Were
Baron
you happy
Simba.
the bunny's got you that?
Yeah, very happy with it.
Do you
Yeah.
see them now as your children?
Sure. I see them as my pets.
Before we jump on to what we did this week and stuff, what's been your highlight? 15 years of comedy.
15 years of comedy. I would say.
Don't say like anything because that's included me because you're trying to make me feel better.
No, it wasn't gonna. I'll say my top 3. Lava the Apollo.
Yeah.
I would say both of them as one.
I wasn't there for one of them.
I would say for both of them as one. I'd say Lava the Apollo definitely was a definitely highlight because that was like a show that I watched way before I got into stand up, and like to be able to do that was incredible.
Yep.
Performing at the O2 with Trevor Noah,
Yep.
that was sick. Like 15,000 people and that was insane.
Yeah.
And I had a good one. So that was really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd probably say number 3, it's probably the reception to Man Like Mobeen for me.
Oh.
Like how much people love 8 and stuff.
Yeah, but they love 8 a bit too much.
A bit too much, don't get me wrong. But yeah, that. Because that put me on the map, innit?
Yeah. I know. I
So-
mean, I do think that you would have come on anyway, on the map anyway.
Yeah, but it got me there quicker.
Mm.
And made me recognizable with like young people as well because they love that show and stuff. I don't think young people would know me like that if it wasn't from one like Moby.
I mean, now because TikTok and all that's come out, it might.
Yeah, but I'm just
Yeah.
it is because of that I'm in so much people's consciousness. So yeah, so I'd probably say those 3 things.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. So yeah, 15 years in comedy.
Phil
I was
has.
a wee whippersnapper when I started.
Yeah.
It's weird though, isn't it? Because I think of all the things. If I list all the things that I've done, like it's crazy. I've done so many things. Like Mock the Week, I got to go on. I got my own. Actually, no, my own TV show, Tez O'Clock Show.
I was thinking that should be one of them.
Yeah. Actually, Tez O'Clock Show was mad. Like having my own TV show. I only got like an extended pilot run. We didn't get to full series, but even just having a go at that, making Bounty a sitcom pilot that everyone really enjoyed and stuff. So like I've done so many cool things that just nearly got me to something bigger.
Yeah.
It didn't quite happen, but the fact that I got to give a go
Yeah,
at
yeah,
things
yeah.
and people loved it, even though then it didn't, TV, it didn't work out and stuff. But yeah. No, so yeah, a lot of highlights. But then it's weird because you always think about things you haven't got in it. You always think about like, oh, what about, you look at other people and you're like, oh, they're doing that. Why aren't I as far ahead? And you forget that people are looking at me going, oh, he's got to do this, that, and the other. Why can't we get to do that? So I think it's always,
The grass always feels like it's green on that side, but
Yeah.
really,
yeah. I think it's good to always like aim for higher, but it's also good to like
appreciate.
appreciate what you have and look at your journey and see how far along you've come. Because if I gave like 15 years ago, if I told that lad a long shopping list of all the things that I got to have done,
Yeah.
I think he'd be pretty happy.
Yeah.
I think he'd be pretty like,
He'd be like, what?
yeah, I think he would be like, oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. What do you
Bloody
mean
hell.
you
I
know
mean, if I could
Frankie
tell-
Boyle?
Yeah,
What do you
yeah.
mean you played
Yeah.
with Bassem Youssef?
I don't think he would know who Bassem Youssef is, but
But
in
still,
2010, but he would have known him Frankie Boilers,
yeah.
like
Jason Manford,
Jason Manford, yeah.
Paul,
Paul Chowdhury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Smith.
Paul.
all the Pauls.
All the, every Paul. Paul working in the country.
Yeah.
Smashed it with all of them.
Yeah.
Sarah Milligan.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Ishan. Okay.
Ishan was none of these guys. I didn't know any of these people 15 years ago. No offense, lads. I love you all. But,
I'm
but
just throwing random names now. But you know what I mean. like,
Ashraf,
yeah.
Ashraf Hakimi. All,
Yeah,
all these guys. So yeah, no, it's good to keep perspective, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. Anyway, what have you been up to this week?
Well, we went to my niece's Mendy. It was like, so my niece is getting married. So the official ceremony is next month in July. It's next month in July. But she has, so we have like a henna evening, which is like sometimes the girls will do it or the boys' side, but this time it was obviously my niece's one. And we had that, and that was pretty fun. Tez wasn't fully involved because it was only girls. So he came in for the first, like,
I was like a chaperone, effectively,
yeah,
just taking Shai there,
yeah.
taking her shoes there.
Yeah. Oh my God, guys. I wore heels, and within like 45 minutes, I just was like to Tez, can you just get my Crocs? Because it's so stressful, like running around.
You were lucky that your skirt was long enough that no one could see your feet.
Yeah.
So no one knew what you're wearing on your
But
feet.
you know, my nieces wore trainers.
Yeah, it makes sense.
KG and that. They always
Yeah,
wear trainers.
Why not?
Yeah, it just made me laugh.
Yeah, young
innit?
people are smart. They're like, why are we ruining our feet? Like, men don't care.
Yeah.
You don't do it for yourselves.
It's true, we do.
Like, no man is going, oh, I can't believe she's not wearing Louboutins. Oh, I can't believe she's not wearing whatever another make is.
But it was a fun night. I had a really good night. Like there was a lot of
It looked
dancing, a lot of singing, a lot of emotion.
Can you give us a number? What did you sing?
What do you mean?
What did you sing at the event?
I just mimed along with
But
that.
what you said? But what did you
Today, guys.
join in, guys? Come on, give us a
No.
give us a full
No,
rendition.
Naz is going to listen to this. Her nephew loves this.
Yeah,
But,
go on,
so
give us it.
There's a video of me singing along, and my best friend's sister recorded me singing along. I didn't realize she was
Can
recording.
we put it on Instagram?
Yeah, possibly.
We put it
Yeah,
on
we'll put it on
Instagram.
Instagram. But then I got really,
Shy miming.
and I got really emotional. Like, and do you know, my niece said to me, my niece, right? She's the one that's getting married. She is the most like you know, this new generation of people, they're so unserious about things, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
they're not
true.
They're not very like they're just very chilled. And my niece is so chilled out. Like, everyone at some point was crying, and she was just like,
She's like, listen, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah,
I'm
get married, hun.
well happy.
And then at one point I started, but you know what I did? You know why I started crying? I started crying because at the start of the henna, my oldest brother went up with my mum. And then like my niece, I saw her and I had this like, it's so mad. I had this flashback of like seeing her when she was little. You know, I remember when she started her high school, for example. I used to talk to her about high school when she was doing her GCSEs, A levels, and then when she went to uni. I used to go see her like in uni. We used to go to Nando's and stuff like that. And then like I just thought, oh, my dad, like where my brother was standing, my dad would just stood there.
Yeah.
And then I was ugly crying, and I was just like, why am I doing? And I saw her looking at me, and she was like, why are you crying, hun?
Yeah, because it's just look at you like on his Father's Day.
Yeah,
And it was Father's Day as
And it
well.
was Father's Day.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was just lovely because I love the fact that she was really happy, and I feel like in our culture, a lot of the time we see weddings as like sad times when really I was actually talking to my niece about this. Getting married, obviously, it is sad in that sense where daughters, you know, you kind of leave your family home and stuff like that. But it's like a new chapter, right? It's like a new chapter. So you know, and the lucky thing is she's met a wonderful person. He's so lovely.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, you've not met him.
Never met the lad.
Oh my God, you've still not met him.
Might be an arsehole.
So, guys, he's gonna meet my niece's husband on the day of the wedding. That's how funny this is.
So too late for me to make any objections at that point.
But yeah,
Hopefully
so
he's alright.
what did you do anyway while I was in there?
I was chilling with your brothers, your brother-in-laws, just chatting. Yeah, I wasn't really. I had gigs, so not on that day, obviously.
Oh
'cause
yeah, I was like, huh?
On that day, obviously, I was there and helping out and stuff. But the rest of the weekend, while you were helping your niece's prep, I had gigs in London. So I was going to London, working, telling jokes,
Yep.
going from one place to the other.
I had to pick you up.
You had to pick me up from random train stations because where you live is not well connected. And so, yeah, that's mainly what my weekend was.
Did you enjoy the weekend at my family?
I did enjoy it. It was quite chilled.
Yeah. Did you enjoy being fed?
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah.
Shy's family, man. They're like, you know what it is? When it's your family, you can speak to them a certain way. You can like, stop it, innit? Like,
But I did. I said to that day.
But
I was like,
I
he doesn't
can't
want
speak
it.
like that to Shy's family. I can't be like, listen, I don't want it. Like, what you
No,
doing?
I've explained to this man.
I'm
Just
like,
you have to
I
say,
don't-
just like, oh,
You
thank
know what it
you,
is?
but I'm not hungry.
But you know what it is? It's different. I can speak to your sisters like that as well because I know them a little bit more. Well, I know them quite well now. But your sister-in-laws, again, it's slightly distanced, isn't it? So I can't be like to them, like, I don't want it. Like, what? Come on, what are you doing?
So you just been you've just been
like,
eating for the sake of eating, basically.
Thank you. Thanks. Because I don't normally eat breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person.
No, you're not.
They're like giving me like big breakfast that they're used to making for their husbands and that. And I'm like, I don't want this. Not like it was nice. It was tasty, but I don't eat this at this time. But like, I don't know them like that to be like, I don't want it.
I think it just means that you need to come down more often.
But I'm never going to be that close to them like that, though, am I?
Aren't you? Why not?
My sister-in-laws.
Yeah.
Your sister-in-laws.
Yeah, you just come down more often to be like, come on.
No, I'm not going to be that close to them.
No, I don't want the food. I mean, they're always going to offer it anytime
Yeah, no,
you're at
but
my mum's.
I think the other problem is that they don't. I don't know if they're deaf, everyone in your family, because when you say no, they don't. Their brains don't hear it. Their ears don't hear it.
Listen, it's the
So
same
when
way
you
that
say-
your family's
Listen,
deaf as well.
We're talking about your family now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you say, like Shai's family is like the women in the family deaf.
All of them.
Not all of them. The older ones deaf.
You saying my mum's deaf?
Deaf. The
Wow.
deaf. Your mum's the deafest. You're like, oh no, I don't want it. All right, so put some more in. I don't want it. Why are you not putting more in? I don't
But
want
you're
it.
not firm with my mum. I saw my mum put 2 chicken pieces in your plate,
What am
and
I
then you
supposed
looked
to
at
do?
me and laughed.
What am I supposed to do? Like, look, like I can't speak. I can't say to your mum, listen,
You know when
Big
we're
Z.
listen.
take your fucking chicken back in it. I don't want it.
Wow. You know when we're
can't say that to
you know
them.
when your mum's cooking, we're at home, my mum's cooking, and mum will put fries in my plate, and I'll be like, Mum, I know, and I literally just take the fries out and I'll put them back.
Yeah,
in the
but
pot.
you've lived with mum for 2 years now, innit?
Yeah.
So you got
3.
that relationship with her. 3. Oh, yeah,
But
3
even
years, sorry.
before
But
I
I
would.
got no,
say.
you wouldn't. No, but if you saw my mum like 10 times a year, it would be a lot harder for you to say no to stuff.
Maybe you just need to be a strong, independent man and just be like, sorry, mum.
That's true.
No.
That's true. No, but then they look hurt. They got them puppy dog eyes, innit?
No, you're
they
still
look,
eating.
They look really hurt. They're like, oh.
This was my constant battle growing up, by the way.
I think honestly, I joke about it, but I think your mum, if I'm not diabetic by the time I'm 50, your mum's gonna think like either she's failed, you failed, or my mum has failed.
No, because my mum.
Like if I'm not a fat guy by the age of 50, your mum's gonna be like, you failed my son-in-law.
So did you have a good weekend?
I had a lovely weekend.
Did you have a good? Was it different how we do our Mendy and how you guys do yours?
I can't remember the last time I went to a Mendy, if I'm honest with you. We usually do them together.
Okay.
We usually do like so the men guys, the men usually have a Mendy and the women usually have a Mendy. And
Yeah.
and sometimes at the same time.
I don't know if her other half is having a Mendy. It might not be actually because
Might not
men don't really like doing.
No,
a
it's not
Mendy.
really. I
Usually
think
the
that's
family.
why they just tack the men on sometimes with the women. Because like, why have a whole separate event for something that he doesn't want, right?
Yeah.
But often men will do something else. They'll have a Qawwali night. Or
A lot of people are having Qawwali nights now.
Or they do something like Qawwali and Chow or something.
What about to say to people who don't know what Qawwali nights are?
Oh, but Qawwali is Pakistani folk music. It's like extraordinarily wonderful. It's brilliant. And Qawwali, if you want to put that into Spotify, it's brilliant. And so you'll hire like a Qawwali band group, and there's lots of them now in the UK. And they'll come and entertain you for the night.
We had one at our wedding.
We did have one at our wedding, and they were brilliant.
Yep.
Big up, John. So and then they have like I'll get tea and desserts. So yeah, Qawwali and Chow nights.
I like that idea.
So he might do that.
Maybe if not, Anissa, can you tell him to have a Qawwali night and then we'll go to it? But I'll probably go. He won't.
And I can meet him.
Yeah. So, guys, this part of the podcast where we talk about the animal fact of the week, and for you guys that have listened for a while, do you know this is our 41st? 41st. Is it?
42nd.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Our 40th one. Oh, yeah.
42nd episode.
Clever.
Yeah.
I need to edit that. Come up, it's going to give me. Yeah. Before I used to talk about animals, right? And now we do a little Q&A about animals.
Quiz. Otherwise
Random.
known as.
So today, can I get my notebook?
Go get your notebook. Do it.
I need to change the 1 to a 2.
Yeah, do it. 40 seconds.
42nd. Right. Today, we're going to talk about an animal called jerboa.
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 Yeah. Do you want to Google it?
Sure.
So just Google it.
Guys,
That's it.
do it as well. Even if you're driving, get your phone out. Don't worry about the cops. Get your phone out and let's all Google jerboa.
Just have a look,
together.
see what it looks like, and then close your phone straight away.
Yeah. Oh, that is ugly.
Yeah. It's got big ears, right?
It's a 2-footed mouse.
Why are you stop turning it away? Yeah.
What do you mean? That's what I was going to look at.
Yeah, but you're supposed to just you see it and
You
that's
said
it. Look at the picture and
take
that's
a
it. Not
picture.
read about
I didn't
it.
read it. I looked at it
And it said, "How do you know it's a 2-foot mouse?"
because I looked at it.
Oh, I thought you said it said on there. It's not really 2 foot.
No, I looked at it.
Right.
It's got 2 feet. What do you mean? You told me to look at it and then I looked at it.
So let's do a very quick throwing questions in, and I'm going to give you multiple choice answers, right?
Good. Make
Okay.
it easier. The middle one.
Right. So, where do you think they're found? A, in the garden. B, in the gutter. 3, in deserts.
In deserts.
Yeah,
Yeah, they look like desert. They look
Yeah.
like. I feel like I've seen them on a documentary somewhere. Now that I don't know the name, but now that I've seen their face, I feel like I've seen them.
How long do you think they can live up to?
Jerboas, I reckon jerboas can live up to 2.5 years.
They're 2 to 3 years. Well done. What the hell?
Yeah, because how long do mice? And I'm basing it
Oh,
on.
okay, yeah.
I'm basing it on mice, innit?
Right. So, now we're going to talk about the size, okay? I know how you get a bit thinky. But remember, there's children listen to this. Don't say anything inappropriate. How big can they go, right? 1, 4 to 6 inches.
Massive. That's huge.
2, 1 to 3 inches.
Also massive, lads.
Or 3, 2 to 6 inches.
All of those were big.
Go on.
Boys don't. All of that was massive.
4 to 6, 1 to 3, or 2 to 6?
2 to 6, obviously.
How are you getting a 3 out of 3?
I don't know. I just say it confidently. Did I get 3 out of 3?
Yeah. What the hell?
Come on.
And you know what? This is an animal you don't even know about either.
Come on. Who do you think you are? I am.
Anyway, just to throw a few random things in there. Jerboas, they actually run in zigzags and they don't actually drink water either. They get their moisture through the food they eat. And they're only found in like deserts, like in I think in East Asia. That's what I read about.
I'm going to say something very, very niche now.
What?
That only about 7 people watching this are going to get.
What?
If only Rickon Stark was a gerboa.
I don't know what it means there. There you go. There's your animal fact of the week.
If you understood that reference,
Guys, make sure you Google jerboas.
put a comment if you understood that reference, because
Make
it
sure
was
you
a
Google jerboa.
good reference. that.
Jerboa.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you Google it.
Did I?
Yes. It's the favourite part of the podcast. What is it, Tez? What's our favourite part, guys? What do you
It's
think
where
it is?
Shy overreacts to a thing that I did this week.
Yes, it's where we discuss what Tez has done to annoy me. And it's so funny, guys, because you know when we read your comments and a lot of the comments are like, oh my God, this is exactly what my other half does. Or this, at least we know we're not alone. At least we know that our husbands aren't just the annoying, like it's just annoying that all men are annoying.
Maybe stop getting annoyed by stuff that everyone does.
This is his answer to everything.
Have you thought about that?
So
Have you thought about that?
do you want to, what do you think that you did to annoy me?
Oh, I've definitely farted this week. I know that's big
You're
up.
throwing it in there.
That's high on your list of
Yeah.
things you don't like.
Yep.
Natural things that people
No,
have to do.
I don't mind you farting. I mind the fact that you do it and you're so proud of yourself.
It's
So
not.
he farts and then he looks at me and he's like,
Yeah, it's called rage baiting.
Right, what else?
Coming to bed late because I was working.
That has annoyed me, yeah.
Yeah. I think apart from that,
I've been a top lad. That's what he's going to say.
I've been just an all-round good egg.
Yeah, good egg. He says this every time.
Yeah.
No, what this man has done yesterday, we were getting ready to pray and he was doing like this to me. He was just basically provoking me and he was just like, I don't know what he was doing. He was annoying me and he was like just going like flicking and stuff like that. So then I punched him and then he looked at me and he goes, why did you hurt me for?
Yeah.
And I was like, why did you start?
I was ready. I was about to load up, guys.
No, you wasn't going to load
Because I
up.
thought, don't start what you can't finish,
No,
innit?
you were not going to do that.
She was lucky.
Why
She was lucky
do
it
you
was prayer time.
Why do you annoy me like that? Especially when we're about to pray.
I think annoying your spouse is top 5 favorite activity for men.
That's fine, but why do you do it? One also, when I've got PMS and you know that I tell you because I'm irritated, and then you do it more.
Yeah, that's. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying.
And then when I
Rage baiting-
punched you, why did you look upset?
Yeah, because I was like, do you want some?
No, you didn't. You looked upset. You were like, why did you hurt me for?
Yeah, no, I was joking.
No, you wasn't.
It was part of the joke.
No, I knocked you out. I could knock you out.
Can you? You should try it one day.
I will.
See what happens.
Well, I'm
See
gonna.
what happens to you and that. We'll do it live. You know those boxing fights they do. You know those white collar boxing
Can
ones.
you imagine?
Yeah, we'll do one of them live.
No.
Yeah, guys, if you want to get involved, sponsor us.
Put your bets on.
Put your bets on, yeah. I'll throw it. Got
You would hurt.
No, I'll fix it. If they go bet for me, I'll put all the money on you, and then we'll fix it.
And then I beat you up.
yeah, then we'll fix
and then-
it, and then we'll got all the money.
And then I'd be like, go down.
That's what people used to do back in the day.
Yeah, I know.
They used to like bet all on one person, then the other person would win, and then they walk away with the money.
Yeah, I know that.
So yeah, we'll fix
No, we're
it.
not doing that because I respect my husband too much to do that.
Is that it? Well, I flicked you a bit and that.
No, it was annoying. It's
Yeah.
What it is, you were smart there. You've thrown the farting thing in.
Yeah.
You've thrown the thing in we're coming to bed late.
Yeah.
And so combine 3 of them. That's what you've pissed me off a lot this week.
Top rage baiting.
No.
None of it's a big deal though.
No,
do you know what I mean?
I don't,
None of it matters.
Imagine if I just started farting all the time randomly.
Do it. You
It's
burp.
not attractive.
Did you burp?
Yeah, that's different.
Did you hear that pause? Did you hear the pause of guilt? Did you hear the pause? She went, are we going there? She can't believe she got exposed. Yeah, you burp, don't you?
No, they're accidental
you burp.
burps.
No, you burp. But do you ever cover your mouth? This is how she burps. And then she looks proud. She looks at me like, this is how she,
No, but you look proud of me as well.
I don't mind it.
You
That's what I'm
sound-
saying. If
yeah.
you fart away,
Burping is one thing, farting is another.
fart away.
This is disgusting.
But you asked me a question, how would you feel? And I'm telling you, I wouldn't care.
It's disgusting.
Don't get me wrong. If you were in the wrong place at the wrong time and you farted, I might be like, oh, I don't know if this was.
I'll do that. Where's the wrong place?
I don't know. Someone's funeral, for example. That exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know when to fart and when not to fart. I'm not going to fart. I'm not going to fart at a funeral, am I? Even though actually that might not be but that might be a good place to fart because everyone's upset and you're lighting the mood a little bit.
They'll be like whoever said it dealt it.
Yeah, and then they lighten the mood. Like imagine everyone's crying, everyone's upset, and then someone goes. It would lighten the mood a bit, innit? You're like, oh, I'm upset.
No, but
I am upset that died, but
that died.
Yeah, because I don't want to say someone, innit, that died, fill in the blank. But oh man, that was a bit of fun, wasn't it, for all of us? And for like 90 seconds.
I know. I'm sorry.
Everyone would forget about that.
No, I just can't.
Guys, fart at funerals. One of you needs to fart at a funeral and just tell the rest of us how it goes. Because I think actually it's not a bad idea.
I don't think you should do that.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree. Where do you think would be the most inappropriate place to fart? For me anyway, because I'm the farter, innit? Like where would be the worst place for me to fart?
Probably when they're doing their vows at a wedding.
Oh yeah, like in the middle of it. If someone's like, do you, whatever, Helen, take David to be your lawful wedded spouse? And then she goes, I do.
You should do it for Anissa's.
Oh yeah. Yes.
She's gonna kill you.
Well,
when they're doing the Nagar and they'll be like, oh,
yeah,
Kabula.
I'm like, yeah, all right. I think
no, we're not doing that.
the worst place for you to burp would be the next time we go on a charity trek, like when we go to them charity things abroad, and we go to like a refugee camp.
That's disgusting.
And like there's children there.
Why are you laughing?
Because you started laughing, and there's children there who are like, they've been through hard times. Not just children, people in general. And then
I don't want to do that.
And then you just go, Ugh.
I don't want to do that.
And then you look at me like this.
Burp or fart?
I'm saying that'd be the worst place. I'm saying don't do that.
I'm not doing that.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna fart during Anissa's vows. No, I want to put it in her head that I will though.
She'd listen to it.
I know. Anissa, I'm gonna fart in the middle of your vows. How about that? If I can't even fart, I'll get an app on my phone that'll make the noise.
I won't let him do that.
And I'll attach it to the Bluetooth speakers. How about that? But now it's in her head though. Like I probably won't do it, but it's in her head now that I might do
Let's
it.
just try not to do that.
It's in your head now, isn't it? Fuck you, Adam. I don't even know him. Never met him. Never met the lad. Why am I bullying some 25-year-old?
I don't know. I don't know.
I've never met the lad.
This is escalated.
I'm sure he's lovely.
This is escalated.
Okay, now this part of the podcast is where we test Shy's knowledge and acumen on something. And something made me laugh in one of the comments this week. So someone was like, oh, what I'd really love to know is Shy's favourite all-time wrestlers.
Oh,
so, Shy, everything you've learned in the last 2 or 3 years, now listen to the question, not about me.
Who do I think?
Yes, who do you think, but not personal preference. Who do you think, not who your favourites are, who do you think are the 5 greatest wrestlers of all time? Not your favourites, not my favourites, who you think are the greatest wrestlers of all time?
The Undertaker.
Mm-hmm. Where are you putting him?
I'm putting him at... Just hold on. Just remember him for a second.
Okay. Undertaker. You're putting Undertaker on the short list.
Yeah. It was Undertaker. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Shit.
And Triple H.
This is good rope knowledge. It's top rope knowledge here. These are some 3 heavy hitters.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Whoever said Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Undertaker.
Hulk Hogan.
There was someone else you said.
Have I done The Rock yet?
No.
The Rock.
So you got Stone Cold. You got The Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep.
Triple H. The Rock. Hulk Hogan. Anyone else? That's you know what? That's decent.
I used to watch wrestling.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, okay.
And then it went from him to Kane because then I felt sorry because the Undertaker's brother in it because I liked her in it. And then it was Yokozuna. Do you remember Yokozuna that used to sit on people?
Yokozuna died
Yeah.
in 1994.
Yeah. But I used to like him.
Sorry, I'm going to have to do a VAR check on this. Yokozuna died before Kane made his debut for WWE.
Yeah, but when I used to look back and stuff, I watch old stuff.
When you used to look back on wrestling. When you used to look back on wrestling.
Old tapes and stuff.
When you were 18, when you
old
saw old
tapes and
VHS,
stuff.
old tapes of wrestling you used to have in your house.
Yeah.
Or VHS, and you'd be like, oh, Yokozuna SummerSlam
I used to
1993.
watch Roy's War.
Roy's War.
Yeah.
All right, so is that your top 5?
Yeah.
So what order are you putting them in?
I'm going to put The Undertaker's one
Wow.
because he was badass.
Badass, longevity,
Yep.
scary,
Yep.
and actually also a very good in-ring worker.
Yeah. He's going to be number 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to put The Rock at 3.
The Rock at 3. So we're doing this so far. Right. Undertaker at 1, Rock at 3.
Stone Cold Steve Austin at 2.
Yeah.
And then who have I got left?
Hulk Hogan and Triple H.
Triple H and then Hulk Hogan.
Triple H and then Hulk Hogan.
I don't really want to put Hulk Hogan in there because he's a bit of an asshole.
He is, but then
I can't take
you
away
can't
the fact
deny
that
what he did.
Yeah.
for the
So
sport.
Yeah.
He put it on the map.
I didn't want to put him on there, guys.
He was the
but-
first worldwide superstar,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
before anyone else.
It's a shame he turned a bit of a bastard.
Yeah, he probably always was. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of wrestling and wrestlers generally, not all of them, obviously, big up CM Punk, are generally quite right wing and conservative.
I used to like Lita as well. Do you remember her?
I remember Lita.
Yeah.
She cheated on Matt Hardy.
And Xena.
With, the Warrior Princess.
Yeah.
That was a TV show.
No. There was a thingy. She was,
Xena?
yeah. Xena?
I don't think there was a Xena. Trish Stratus?
I know Trish. She was dirty. She was with Triple H,
How
innit?
did you know?
She was with Triple H dad as well at one point or something.
Not just wrestling storylines, isn't it?
No,
I
it's
think,
true.
listen,
It's a true story.
I think it makes them
That's what
dirty.
it's
I think
true.
it makes them dirty, not her.
She was naughty.
No, Lita cheated on Matt Hardy with Edge, and then they made it to a wrestling storyline.
Huh.
So in real life, Matt Hardy and Lita were dating, and then she cheated on him with Edge, and then in wrestling, they brought it to a storyline. So Matt Hardy every day had to do a storyline with them about him cheating on
Oh my
him,
God.
even though it happened in real life.
Yeah.
That's mad, that, innit?
That is pretty mad.
Vince was a
I dunno.
Vince of all the bastards. Vince was a bastard.
Yeah, he was. He was awful.
Yeah, Vince was awful.
Hmm.
But you missed out. Okay, I'll tell you who I think you've missed out. Not
Go on.
necessarily that they make it, but I think who could be in the conversation. Shawn Michaels,
Yes, I forgot about him.
top wrestler.
Mm.
Bret Hart.
Is he the one that broke his something? Or he jumped and he broke his neck?
That was Owen Hart,
Oh, his
who died.
See, I
Yeah,
knew
so
that.
Bret Hart's brother Owen Hart died when they were
That was really
sort
sad.
of bringing him in. And you know what the worst thing is? They carried on with the show.
Yeah, no, but they had to.
Did they?
I mean, I say it. They had
You
to.
think if a footballer died during the match is over, they're not going, right, boys, carry on.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe they had to. All right, Shy. Maybe they had to. So Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle,
I don't know who. No, I don't know. I can't remember.
John
that one.
Cena.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Oh, I forgot about John Cena.
Forgot about John. You probably can't see him. That's why.
John Cena.
Forgot about John Cena.
Yeah. But John Cena wasn't as good as those 5.
It depends on your perspective. I think you are more likely to gravitate towards people you grew up around.
Yeah, that's true.
So like the kids now, because they grew up around John Cena and Randy Orton and who's the tribal chief? Who's the one that they all love? The
Do you remember those
Samoan
little
one.
dwarfs?
Oh, I love the dwarfs. The dwarfs are great. I mean, wrestling was mad.
Yeah.
Remember Donkey the Clown?
Yeah.
And Kamala. Kamala just made him an African, like,
Yeah, it was
with a spear and that.
Yeah. Do you remember
It was
when
mad.
do you remember when Kane burnt? No, Kane. No, the Undertaker burnt Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when Kane buried Undertaker alive?
Yeah.
That happened a lot.
That was crazy.
It's mad how they survived
Yeah,
those
yeah.
things, you know.
There's a lot of crazy things used to
I
happen.
love crazy things. All right, okay. That
Yeah.
was good. Good rope knowledge. Right, guys, now you know who Shy's top 5 favorite
He
wrestlers
thought
of
he was
all
going to get a
time.
bit of comedy out of that.
There was a little bit of comedy, but no, you got
Mm.
she got rope knowledge. All right, guys, we'll go more niche next time. We'll dive deeper.
No, but I
into
won't know
pop
about
culture.
certain things at all.
Yeah, we'll dive deeper into pop culture next time.
I'm not a pop culture person.
Okay. Right, Shy, I saw something on TikTok this week which I thought would be worth interrogating you about. I thought it was quite interesting. Okay, so out of these, you can only pick one. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
A penny that doubles in value whenever you touch it.
Okay.
10 kilograms of pure gold bars every day. C, high-end jewelry anytime you open your bag.
Hmm.
D, £20 every week for life.
Right.
What would you go for?
The penny.
Why?
Because the gold value could drop.
Okay.
What was the other one?
Yeah, no, so it's high-end jewelry every time you open your bag.
Nah.
So when you open your bag, whatever jewelry you can think of
No,
on the
because the
world
high-end
is
jewelry,
there.
one moment, like people are all wearing like the Cartier bangles or the Van Cleef stuff, then it's all nothing after a while. The Fendi bracelets.
Yeah, so but every time you open your bag,
But
there.
with the
So
penny,
whatever-
each time you touch it, you touch it loads of times, and then it's just flipping. You go crazy.
right, so initially that was my thought.
Oh.
My initial thought was, yeah, the penny, because it doubles. But then what I've got to remember is, it's just that penny doubles. All you get is an extra penny.
I don't get it.
So if I touch a penny, I've got one more p, right? Initially, I thought,
I thought it's two when you touch it. There's
right,
two.
no, that's what I thought.
You didn't clarify that.
No, but
Do a
it
VAR check
but
there.
it makes sense though, innit?
VAR check here, guys.
No. Every time you touch a penny, it doubles.
I don't get it. And I'm just kidding.
Every time you touch a penny, it doubles.
Yeah. So it's just 2p each time.
Yeah, so all you're getting is an extra penny every time.
But what if you just keep touching it like
Right.
100,000 times?
Right, and then you got
100,000.
£1,000.
Yeah.
That's not that much for all the effort.
Okay, I see what you mean.
But then I guess how much would it cost you? So like 10. So for example, right, 1 kilogram of pure gold is about £80,000 today.
How much gold do you get?
10 kilograms.
A week?
No, a day.
Oh, yes. Now let's go for
so
that.
you get 800,000.
Take my answer back. I'll go for
No,
that.
you don't. No, you got your pennies now.
I'll go for
You
that.
got-
I'm going
you
to
got
be
your-
covered in
you got-
gold.
You got your penny full of houses.
I'm going to be covered in
No,
gold.
you got your penny full of houses.
I'll melt
I'm
the
taking
gold.
I'm taking.
I'm going to melt the gold.
In what?
What do you mean in what?
Where are you melting the gold?
Go to the jewelers
You
and
don't
say,
need. To, you also don't need to melt the gold.
No, and then I can turn it
You
into
just
things,
sell
innit?
the gold.
I don't want to sell the gold. What if there's certain things that I just want for gold, innit?
Right, you got 10 gold bars. You can sell 9 of them.
Yeah, and then
You know
I'll
how
make
much you know how much one
make a little
kilogram
bunny
of
house
gold
with
is?
gold.
You know how much 1 kilogram of gold is?
It's very expensive now.
More than you need.
You know, I saw a pair of gold earrings. It's so crazy. I was with Naz in Southall that day. £2,600 for just a normal pair of gold earrings.
You know what? I've seen them on TikTok where they're like, oh, in 2001,
Yeah.
you would get this much for £1,000.
Yeah.
And now in 2025, you'll get this much. And it's
10,000
like,
they say usually.
or whatever it is, whatever value it is. They're like, oh, in 2001 you'd got all this, and now in 2025 you'll get this and this.
Yeah. Even like a
Crazy.
bangle set is like £8,000 or something stupid. That's crazy. There's
It
a
is
lot of pressure,
crazy.
you know, in Asian culture when you get married. Parents feel like they have to give gold.
Yeah, I know. It's hard,
Yeah.
especially for like daughters. I mean, the men don't give gold, but
No, but for daughters it is very hard.
as in gold
But you know,
to
that
the
should-
daughters.
Hopefully that should change. But I also
but
see why,
but
because it's an
actually,
investment.
Also, the mother-in-law feels pressure to give gold to the daughter-in-law.
Yeah, that's true.
So actually, no, there is pressure there.
Yeah,
You're
that
right.
is true.
There is, because you got
But-
gold. You got gold from my mum.
I did.
So there is pressure there.
Yeah. But then I guess gold is an investment as well. So that technically that's true.
Anyway, I've got the gold. So what you're doing with your penny? Where you keeping them? Oh, this penny that doubles every.
We're
And
gonna-
actually, you
gonna
know what?
keep 'em here.
Let me calculate it. How many pennies? So I'm getting 800,000 a day at today's rate,
But if I keep hold of the penny, keep touching it.
infinitely. But then,
on.
the problem with that is you're just surrounded by pennies. What are you gonna do with them?
I'm gonna go to Sainsbury's and put it in the coin machine.
800,000 time divided by 0.01, you'd have to touch that penny 80 million times
Yeah.
to get £800,000.
Wow.
It's a lot of
What if someone
effort.
else touches that?
No, it's you.
What if,
A penny that doubles when. Oh yeah, a penny that doubles when touched. So maybe someone else could touch it.
yeah. So then I just
That's still a
so
lot.
then I just employ loads of people and then tell them to keep
To
the pass
touch
the
it.
coin.
Touch it. Yeah, you could do.
Just pass the coin. See,
Slave labor. You get paid. How many pennies are you giving them at the end of the day?
I'll give them.
A handful. However many they can
A
carry.
handful. Yeah.
handful
I'm
of
gonna take
pennies.
all the pennies you can out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like DuckTales. You're that duck who dives into the.
Oh yeah, I love that.
But it's pennies, not gold
You're
coins.
so cute though.
Yeah, you die.
I want an animal like that.
Right, guys. Now it's time for the interaction of the week.
Mhm.
What funny way did people interact with us this week?
Okay.
And I've got one.
Go on.
So after my gig in Balham on Saturday night,
Yep.
I left, and then this lovely guy was like, "Oh, is it Tez?" And I went, "Oh yeah, man, how you doing?" Whatever. I said hi to him. He goes, "Oh, I know your mate Perry." So Perry is the guy who plays the police officer in Man Like Mobeen,
Yep.
Officer Harper. So I was like, oh yeah, I love Harper. Yeah, Perry, give my love on that. And then I was like, oh, what are you guys doing around here? And it's him and his girlfriend, who's also an actor. They're both actors. And he goes, oh, my car's just been broken into. And
No
I, and
way.
I looked around, like there's just the window of the car, the side window has been smashed.
Oh no.
And I was like, bro, you are in a much better mood than I would be.
Oh my God.
Like if my
Did
car...
he come to your show?
No. He was just they were there for whatever they were there for. But like it's quite it's quite an interesting area in Badlam. But where we were, it's quite like gentrified and stuff.
That's really bad.
But anyway, but I was like, bro, why are you saying hi to
Why are you saying hi to me?
why are
when
you
you're
saying hi
gone?
to me for? Like I can think like
Oh.
I don't think I'm at the level of celebrity or well known, famous, whatever the word is, yeah, for you to be okay about your car window being broken because you saw me. I don't think I'm at that level.
That's really nice though, Tez.
No, it was lovely, but I was like, oh, maybe I am at that level.
Maybe you are.
Because I'm like, who would it have to be for me to be like,
Messy.
oh no, Messi's a different level, innit? Let's not get carried away. He could break the car and I'd be fine with it. But
Tom
I'm
Hardy?
saying, huh?
Tom Hardy?
Yeah, but
David
no,
Beckham?
again, it's a bit too high, innit? I'm like, at my kind of level, like who would it be? Someone famous, someone well known, but not like incredible, like an A-lister. Who would it be that I'd be like, oh, you know what? Meeting them has softened the blow of my car window smashed.
That's so funny. You can't mention any names now because then they'll be like, you're not A-listers.
No, but I'm trying to think like, who would it be? Like, I don't think there'd be a single comedian
Yeah.
that I'd be like, oh, yeah, you know what?
You'd be so angry.
I'd be vexed.
Yeah.
Oh, because you know the amount of admin you'd have to do, like how inconvenient, anything like that is so inconvenient.
Yeah.
Like,
Ah.
because you got to sort it out. Like, you got to probably file a police report.
Yep.
You got to do all that stuff.
I
Like,
don't know why people do that.
your
you know
evening's
that.
gone.
Yeah.
Your whole evening's gone now, anyway.
Yeah.
Like, whatever they had planned,
Yeah.
maybe they're going to the cinema after that. Maybe they're going to see some friends. Maybe they're going to a party. Maybe they're going clubbing. Maybe they're going out to eat. Whatever they were doing has now been ruined. Like,
I'd be so annoyed.
All of that's cancelled.
Yeah.
And like the whole weekend's ruined. I can't think who'd like for you, who'd have to walk past for you to be like, oh, yeah.
But you know what? I'm not like that with anyone though.
No, that's fine. That's fair. But like, no, there'd be someone like Carl Vorderman.
Oh, yeah.
So if your car got broken into
I'd be like, oh, Carol.
and Carl Vorderman walked past, you'd be like, oh, fuck you, car. It's Carl Vorderman and that. 2 from the bottom, 3 from the top, lad.
Carol Vorderman's so cool.
Give me a vowel, Carol.
Yeah. She's just such a nice person.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so there is someone then.
Carol, yeah.
All right, I just named one person and immediately
But you know Carol,
you were like,
though.
oh yeah, Carol Vorderman and that.
She's the only one that I get a bit like, oh.
No, I'm sure there'll be other people. Moggy Robbo.
Yeah, she's cool, but
The
I'm not.
Harley
but
Quinn
I'm
one.
not I'm not. You know what I'm like? I don't get fangirly over anyone.
No, fair enough. Get fun girly over me.
So we're at that part of the podcast where we discuss a dilemma or a Reddit story that I have come across. So
Has
thanks to
either
Agony
been sent in
and
or...
helpful uncle.
Yep.
Or something that's been sent in by one of you. So please remember, if you want to send something in, message us on Instagram at makingahusband_pod.
Smashed it.
Or you can try not to DM me a Tez separately in our accounts because sometimes it just gets lost. And then I have to copy and paste it into a different one. But yeah, please message us. We do love hearing your dilemmas. And sometimes if we don't discuss the dilemma, it's only because someone else has already mentioned it a few times or we've already discussed that.
Yeah, like a similar theme to it.
Yeah, similar. But then I'll always message back and I'll kind of give the same advice that we would have discussed. This one, though, let me find it. It's from a listener. It's British born, 50 years old.
50 years old,
Yeah.
British born,
Close to-
Indian lass.
Yes.
Okay. Come
So-
on, Baji, let's see what's going on.
It says, hi both. I'm a big fan of the pod and a big fan of Tez. I've been to his shows in both Wolverhampton and Birmingham.
Get in.
I love listening to the podcast on the commute to work, and I love the banter and the love you share on the podcast. It's so weird when we talk about stuff like this, it's as if we're just like hyping ourselves up. I'm just reading it.
It's a review of the week, guys.
I'm 50, British born, so probably not of the age demographic of a lot of your listeners, but I think a younger perspective can always help. Don't say that, because we do probably have older listeners as well. And I don't think 50 is old either.
Also, I'm not that young.
Yeah, he's...
I'm bare old.
I was of the generation where girls needed to be married by a certain age to relieve the parents' burden, uphold their honor, etc. And at 19, I entered an arranged marriage with a British-born Indian guy. Okay. It lasted less than a year due to his infidelity. My parents, father especially, as mum had no real voice, was adamant that I remarry as it did not reflect well on my siblings' marriage perspectives with a divorcee sister in the house. My marriage was rearranged again this time with someone from India who was in the UK. I was married within days of my decree absolute. I know I hadn't come to terms with what I had been through. My marriage started off difficult. There were cultural differences and expectations, and also an expectation of gratitude that someone had agreed to marry me, the damaged goods. This was surprisingly more so from my family. My husband's family were more grateful for that their son had a way of legitimately remaining in the country. Despite the initial difficulties for the first year or so, we found our way and developed trust and love and had 2 children. We had been married for 15 years when we faced difficulties again. He became distant from me and the kids, and then we stopped sharing a bedroom. This lasted a couple of years before we tried to make it work again. We were making improvements, and then I lost him tragically to a sudden cardiac arrest. It was a very difficult time to navigate this huge loss, and the communal mourning did not help. I listened as my parents were told how I was once again a burden on them, even though now I'm in my 40s. At first, I was a widow, and now I'm divorced, effectively, how their old age was ruined. I chose to remain silent, and this is making me so upset. Sorry. I chose to remain silent and assure my parents that I was not dependent on them in any way. I apologise for waffling, but want to give some background to my dilemma. My kids are older now. They're both in relationships with looking to marry. My main focus after losing my husband was my children's well-being, and I feel like I have done so and continue to support them. I have always encouraged them to live independently of me, to not feel like they need to be around for their mum. I don't want to be a burden on my children, and I am independent and secure. When I look to my future, it looks lonely. It feels lonely now, and I feel like it's almost taboo to say this. As an older woman and mother, I know social and cultural expectations are for me to seek joy through my children, but it's not enough for me. And even my siblings who are born and brought up have commented that they can never see me in another relationship, as do my kids. Maybe it's me, and I'm a good at putting up front of a happiness. I have voiced at times that I miss having my person, and I can't even imagine what my parents would think. Why am I still tied to these expectations of me? The issue for me is not the actual seeking a relationship, because I have huge obstacles to climb before I even consider that, being my children, my parents, etc., and the extended family. But on the other side, do I just lose myself in this loneliness? Men are encouraged to seek a partner almost immediately after their wife passes. But years later, even at times decades later, women are not. I would like to hear your thoughts and perspective of this. Do you know what? I'm sorry. Yeah.
You're right, love.
It's just horrible, isn't it?
Squeeze my hand. Do you want to squeeze my hand?
Yeah.
That was. I'm really sorry you've been through all of that. That sounds really tough. But I think you'll know. I think if anyone's been listening to this podcast long enough, I think they'll know our opinion on this. Your parents, yeah, and this is not being personal, but parents who think like that, stop it. Stop it. Let people live their lives. And if you're the sibling, look, let people live their life. If it's not going against your religion or whatever, yeah, let them live their life in it. Like, as a sibling, who are you to say to your sister, oh no, you can't get married. You can't find someone else. Like, let her try.
Absolutely not. It just makes me so angry.
Like, who are you, bruv?
Yeah.
Who are you, sister, to tell her that she can't do that?
And this stigma, of women, if they've been married or more than one time, or they're divorced or widowed, and then when they're in their 50s, I'm sorry, when you might be in your 50s, you could have another 30 years to live, 40 years,
Exactly. She's 50, right?
Yeah, she's 50.
She could live to 90. That's 40 more years.
So why should you live a lonely life? I completely disagree with that. So it's true, Tez, because when men have wives, and I know people that have had older siblings, older sisters that have passed away, and their husbands have remarried within a year or something, or 2 years something.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
And it really makes me so angry that why women feel like they can't marry again for companionship or whatever. I don't care. Like, I don't care if you're in your 50s, your 60s, your 70s. If you want to get married and have companionship, every person should have the right to, because a 70-year-old man may be a widow, and then I guarantee you within a year or 2 years, he'll get married to someone else.
But also, he needs to get someone to marry too.
Yeah.
He's not marrying a 30-year-old, is he?
No.
I
mean, sometimes.
But
Yeah.
rarely. Those are exceptional cases. But like, you know, when a 50-year-old gets married, when a 60-year-old gets married, when a 70-year-old man gets married, they are marrying people around their age. Give
Yeah.
or take, maybe even a 10-year, 15-year, maybe even a 20-year difference, yeah? If he's 70, then he's marrying a 50-year-old. A 55-year-old is marrying a 50-year-old. A 55-year-old guy is not marrying a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
But also, regardless, it's up to the individual.
Yeah.
If the individual feels they don't want to get married for whatever reason, because maybe they're not, because some people, you know, like they might lose the love of their life and they're not over that and they couldn't imagine themselves with anyone else. Fine, that's one thing. Or someone's been through so much trauma that they'd rather be on their own than in another relationship. Fine, that is for them to decide. But if this person has decided that, you know what, actually, I've been sort of arranged into a couple of situations and I've tried to make it work.
And she's had both.
Yeah,
She's suffered a lot.
one didn't work. One she made work, and then suddenly the husband's passed away, and it sounds like it's been a few years now. Let her go out and try and do it by herself,
Yeah.
man. Let her go out and try and find love.
Because you know that people don't realize that the detrimental effect that you have when you say to a woman that she can't get married, like this, effectively, like you're happy for a member of your family to live a very sad, lonely life. And also, what are your parents or your siblings doing? Are they there for you all the time? Do they make time for you? Do they fulfill that void in your life of companionship? No, I'll guarantee you they don't,
because they got their own lives.
They've got their own life. Exactly. People are so quick. They're so quick to say what they feel like is right. But when you're in that situation, you're not going to do that. So why the hell are you imposing that on someone else? Like, I honestly, like...
People would rather think about their own feelings and how they perceived than an actual person's happiness or mental health.
It just makes me upset when I think, like, for this woman, for example, you've been through a lot. She's been through a lot in that. And and I can't imagine spending a life on this earth and not have some substance of happiness when it's there. Like, there's no crime in it, is there? So why the hell are people trying to stop you from trying to get that?
Yeah. And also, like you said, she's not even ready. It's not even about her going, I found someone and get married. It's not even about that. It's the principle of the matter. She would like the option to. Once she's worked through her trauma and her issues and whatever she's got going on in her life, once she's overcome that and got through it, then she's like, okay, cool. Now I'm in a position where, like, you know, it'd be nice to meet someone. And what, are the family going to hold her back from that? No, it's not right.
And the next time,
it's not right.
And I know you're going to be watching this. The next time anyone dares say that you're damaged goods or anything because you're divorced, that is absolutely fucking disgusting. Yeah, because that makes me so. You know how angry it makes me. It makes me so angry that people have that mentality to say that, because I think the person saying that is damaged. So we do not project that shit onto our women. We don't do that, or men, but we don't do it because women in our community suffer enough as it is without people close to us talking shit to us. So that has to stop. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, go find your happiness, find someone, find your companionship. And I promise you, whatever you might have felt with your last husband, the compromise, you know, just accepting that this is married life. When you meet someone that you truly love and you have a connection with, it's going to be completely different. I promise you, it's going to be so different. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so glad I found this, because this shows me the whole purpose of marriage and living and stuff. Whereas whatever you went through for the last 30 years of your life, you know, that you were just compromising, right? So just start living for yourself. Don't give a shit about anyone else.
Well, she does have kids, but if you've got, so if you come up against people in your family, be it your kids, your siblings, or your parents, who are like, no, you can't get married, show them this part of the episode. Listen, I'm talking to you guys now, this woman's family, whether she shows to them or not, or you might be people watching this are like, there'll be people like that who watch this. So if you are of that disposition, that's like, oh no, I couldn't let my sister, my daughter, my sibling, whatever relationship you have with a member of your family, they shouldn't get married again. Listen, stop. If they want to go out there and see what is available for them, There's no harm in it. Yes, you want to protect your family and that, but what about protection against their mental health?
Yep.
You're going to trap them on their own, lonely, in a prison for the rest of their life, so that you can save face. It's not right.
No.
It's not right.
So go live your life. Live your life, and your kids, the kids will love you and they will support you.
And stay safe.
And stay safe. And let us know. Let us know when you do meet someone.
Yeah.
Because we like hearing.
Like I said, I always said, I will play your wedding. If it's cash, there's no VAT involved.
Stop.
Obviously, if it's a bank transfer, we'll have to pay VAT. But, I'm available.
But let
though.
us know. Let us know.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining us once again for
Yes.
the Making a Husband podcast. Listen, we need you guys to like these videos,
Share.
these videos,
Subscribe.
We're so blown away by the response that now that we've gone on video, you guys have been enjoying it so much. Obviously we want to keep this doing this for a long time, but we also want to expand. We want to do bonus episodes, we want to do live tours and all that sort of stuff. So the more you share it, the more we can grow, the more we can bring you all of those things. So make sure you get the like button, subscribe to the channel,
Yes.
click the notification so you never miss a video, and share with like-minded people, because if you're enjoying it, your friends probably enjoy it, your family might enjoy it. So yeah, do that. So what are you appreciative of?
I am appreciative of finding you after my divorce, and you not seeing, like, you not having that stupid mentality that some people have,
That's true.
and for experiencing what marriage is about, I guess.
And I'm appreciative of the fact that I've got a wonderful wife who makes sure I'm happy, and she's always there. Whenever I reach a milestone in life, I celebrate something, she's the first one to celebrate it, and you're my biggest cheerleader, and
Always.
I love you so much.
Guys, remember to tell your wives and your guys and your sisters, your mums, your dad, everyone, what you're appreciative of this week, and we will see you next week.
Bye.